now I'm getting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting situated now.
So yeah, today was crazy, man. We live now, man. It's 10. Wait, my bad. Ooh, let's go back. We're November. We're gonna week away from Thanksgiving and all the other holidays. So let's just say this. It's 11:15, y'all. 11:15:25. That is November 15, 25. We are live on the Bible study with KingCzol podcast. My first viewer today, my boy on here, my boy Deuce. Shout out to Deuce.
What up?
Give him a round of applause.
What up?
All right, there we go. So today was a Deuce. It's one of them days, man. I'm saying
Why? What happened?
We're gonna start off here because I was gonna start off another way, but we're gonna just go right into it. You know what I mean?
Excuse me.
We're gonna go right into it. So these are topics today before I get into the topic that I'm about to jump in first because it compelled me to talk about it because we gotta talk about the past for a second, but then we're gonna talk about the future. So the first thing first. Topics of discussion today will be as follows. Matthew 17, God's messengers, the power of prayer and fasting, faith of a mustard seed, temple tax. All right. Second thing we'll talk about, not in particular order, Luke 22, verse 31 to 34. Peter's denial of Jesus when he said he's going to deny him 3 times. Talking about that. We're going to talk about Matthew 26, 41. Talks about temptation. Okay, which is why we're going to talk about this temptation in a minute. Because
I don't want to talk about temptation, but go ahead.
We're going to talk about that. We got to talk about temptation because the temptation was real today. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about concubines. Yeah, this is a big one right here. Talk concubines. What is a concubines? It's a modern day side piece. Okay, it's not a wife, but it's like a wife. Okay, we're gonna talk about it because it's been going on for thousands of years. It's been going for thousands of years.
Right.
We're gonna discuss it. We're gonna discuss it because it needs to be discussed. So that's in Genesis 25:6, 2 Samuel 5:13, and let's see, 13 to 16, and we're talking about 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 3. All right, so we're gonna start off right now. Let's start off with temptation, right? Matthew 26, chapter 26 verse 41. It says, watch and pray lest you enter into temptation. The spirit is indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Let me say that again. It's Matthew 26, verse 41. Okay. Watch and pray.
Watch and pray.
Lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Flesh is weak. Woo. You ain't never lie.
Oh, I might maybe have to censor this a little bit, but I might have to because maybe the kids are watching. Not my kids, but kids in general, they might think the Bible is all peaches and cream. The Bible is real life. Let me make this clear. Yeah.
Right.
It's real life, and everybody has a testimony. Some people's testimony is different from other testimonies. But at the end of the day, testimony is a testimony.
Right.
So, flesh is weak. Even my flesh, man. Let me say something, man. I'm a pretty strong dude, but man, I can understand why situations happen. And you got to recognize when it's the devil, when it's not the devil. We can recognize when it's temptation because of somebody just lost, that hasn't found their way, or it's an evil spirit, right? I ran into evil spirit once too. And some of my females, of that, nature, that have tried temp seeds. And some were successful. Let me say that much. Some were successful. I ain't gonna sit there and hold you. Some are successful.
But you know what, those seeds, you learned from it.
I did.
You feel me? That's the thing. You learn every day. So it probably was just a test. Now you know not to do that no more. You feel
Man,
me?
well,
So,
what happened this morning, right? So that's what happened. Okay. We're gonna get right to it before we get into the subjects. See, boy C said, woke up this morning. I went to bed early last night. I could have went out last night. I was gonna go and talk to some people. This one girl, she's a bartender at this bar in Atlanta I go to, whatever, you know what I'm saying? For some music situations. And I wasn't gonna have no drinks or nothing like that because I don't drink um
oh, you don't drink no more?
liquor. I don't drink liquor no more. Or beer. But I will sip on some wine if it's a celebration or something like that, it's something important going on. And I feel like I might have a glass. But I'm not gonna get I'm not gonna get wasted on no wine and nothing like that. I might have like probably one glass and that's it. Right? I might have it with dinner if I do decide to have it with dinner sometimes. But that's very rare still. And I don't do it at work either, so I don't drink it at all at work. So it should be on my home if I am, right? But that's
Right.
it. That's the closest you want to see me with a liquor bottle in my hand from now on. It's not because you can't drink certain things. It's because I know me. And
Yeah.
not that I have a problem, but you never know. It's very easy for temptation to jump in to a person when you got that liquor in their system. Like you said,
Mhm.
like Biggie said, man, Proverbs Biggie, Big IG said, when the liquor's in the system,
Ain't no telling.
all right then. So, with that being said, you got to pay attention. The lyrics is in the lyrics, but at the same time, it's real, and
It's
he ain't
real,
lying.
bro.
He ain't
He ain't
lying,
lying. And you'll wake up and like, what the heck did I just
dude.
do?
I've been there
Like,
before.
damn. I did it before last weekend too, but I don't want to talk about that one. But
Ah,
I really
so
don't want to talk about it.
hey
Oh
man, yeah,
man.
you ain't got to, you don't want to, but this is a safe space, man. We here
Yeah.
to learn about, what I'm saying, we're to learn about, man, about God, and also we talk about, man, this
Man
not,
things,
yeah, men
you
things,
know?
and women things too, because there might be some women coming in to join us today, hopefully.
Yeah.
I think I got someone who's coming in and going to join us, but yeah, we're gonna talk about real life things, man, and so today, I went to bed early last night, like 8 o'clock. I woke up at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And I couldn't go back and sleep. Right, I was wide awake. I was refreshed. I didn't go out last night. And I said, you know what, I just went to sleep. I just say, no, I ain't going out. Someone just told me, just no. I said, all right. So I chilled out. I already ate already. So I laid down. Um, Fast forward. As I'm laying down, right, I wake up and I say, you know what? It got around 6 o'clock in the morning, or 5:20. Something. I thought I'm gonna pray at 6. Not because I had to pray at a certain time, but I just wanted to pray at 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna pray at 6. So I got my prayer rug out. You know what I'm saying? And at 6 o'clock, 5:58, my compass on,
I
to the
thought
towards the.
Muslims only have their prayer works.
Oh
Actually,
no.
you
See,
could do that.
yeah, we could see. I'm an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? That's the child of God. You know what I mean? You know, part of his chosen people, man. And chosen doesn't mean that we better than nobody else. Make that clear. Chosen just means that he appointed me. You know what I'm saying? More than one way, more than one way. One, he told me specifically. Like, he came to me and told me. You know what I mean? But then besides that, um, bloodline, I'm a bloodline descendant. You know what I mean? Through the Iberian Peninsula. That's where the history of, not the history it starts at, but that's where I can trace it back to, which is 2,500 years ago. So way before Spain was Spain, it's right next to the Middle East. So it's basically on the Mediterranean Sea, which is where Israel is as well, right? And Jerusalem and all that stuff. So that's how I trace my DNA back through my niece. She took a DNA test, and she's half Sri Lankan, half black, which is my brother. But through that, I found out where my brother's side, which is the side that matters, right, in this situation. I didn't do my own. I was going to do it before, but then I thought about it and I said, maybe I shouldn't do it, and so I
Why?
didn't. There's a couple reasons why, but we'll talk about that in private setting. But yeah, the fact of the matter is, you never know who's watching. and you never
That's
know
true.
what
Who's looking at you? That's right.
Yeah. So
You're right about that.
we're gonna act like, you know what I'm saying, they don't even know too much, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, if they know what they know, then they're gonna know what they're gonna try to do to stop it. So, with that being said, I prayed around 6 o'clock, and you know, and I prayed for, I made 23 minutes, something like that, right? So I thought I was done praying and everything, whatever. I sent a text message to a couple people I knew from the past, and I just wanted to say, I said I prayed for them, whatever, it might be. And then one of the people I prayed for, whatever, is a homegirl of mine, which we had some relations back in the day, but nothing, nothing
You have
serious.
some relation. You're
Yeah, we had.
supposed to do that, man. No, go ahead.
So she cool, you know what I mean? She cool, but the thing about it was after I told her I prayed for her, she was happy I prayed for her because she was going through stuff that said I talked the day before. She was going through things, and I said I was going to pray for her, and I prayed for her this morning. Well, she hit me back up, video chat. She's like, "Thank you for praying for me." She's like, "What you praying for? These?" And she pulled out some uh body parts. And
Wait, hold on. Wait.
yeah,
Hey, wait,
yeah,
see. Wait, what happened
yeah,
now?
yeah. She exposed herself.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, oh.
yeah, yeah. She
Okay, so what's wrong with that? She a woman. What's
no,
wrong with that?
no, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I just got finished praying.
You
And it's
just
a
got
Sabbath
what?
day. I said, and it's a Sabbath. This happened this morning. It's a Sabbath day. It's a holy day.
Okay,
You're supposed to keep the holy day holy.
okay.
Well, I just got finished praying. So I'm looking like, wait a minute. I said, I prayed for you. And here you go, pulling out something and showing me this and that and kissing on things. And I said, hey, now, unfortunately, I was going to turn away. I tried. But the flesh is weak. Matthew 26, verse 41. And I'm not going to steal out of y'all.
You
I
smash.
watched it.
You
I watched.
smash.
No, she don't own the country.
Huh?
She don't own the country.
Yeah, I hear you.
I said she don't own the country.
Oh.
But
Oh, you was on the phone?
yeah.
Oh.
But I watched.
Like you should.
I'm a man, baby. I'm a man.
You're a
You
man.
know?
That's right. I was about to say that. You
And
should.
it's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see the whole. It's been a minute.
Listen, see, that's what you're supposed to do.
I've been fasting from food or something like that and things like that. Even though I ain't fasting right now, cool them. But
Dude,
I was fasting from taking in sexual activities as well.
yeah, I hear
And
you.
then but because my situation. But
Yeah, I
there's
feel you.
something hit me yesterday. A word came out too. Somebody sent me something because we had a conversation last week about the multiple wives thing, and somebody sent me a link to that, basically like confirming what I already knew already, but basically saying like, hey, it's in here in the Bible, this. So I read it, and I got interested about part about concubines. This is where we're gonna get into concubine part. That's where I was gonna start. But we're gonna get to the, because we was right there. What's going, Sag? I see you, my boy. You hear me?
Talking to who? Who you talking to?
Oh, my
Yeah.
boys. He in there. Okay. So make sure he was there. You hear me? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we're talking about concubines. Okay.
Okay.
You know what concubine is, Sag?
If I know it?
You know what concubine is.
Yeah.
He said, like, you ain't know for a second. I had to make sure you know concubine.
I didn't know. You had me stuck. I didn't know what it was.
Well, a concubine.
Mhm.
A concubine is like a second wife, or not even a wife.
Side piece.
It's like a side piece, basically. They don't have the same rights usually as a wife. You know, not saying they couldn't gain them, but they start off basically as like a friend, a companion, you know,
That's
a
right.
lover.
Crazy too. That's in the Bible, but go ahead.
Oh man, there's a lot in the Bible. That's why you got to read it. That's why it's so important to read. Because you know what? People think they don't know. They really don't know. They don't know what they think it started yesterday. They think, like females specifically,
Right.
they think that this started. They think that, you know, this whole men having other women thing started like recently.
Man.
Like it's modern. No, it's been going on.
It's going on. It has been. It's
for
just
centuries.
been westernized. It's just been westernized. That's all.
Right. And people have took it and they also have perverted it.
Yep.
It wasn't perverted before. Before it was like, okay, this is this thing that we do. You know where you stand. She know where she stand. She's the queen. You the side piece. Concubine. She getting all the rights. All the kids getting all the blessings. All the money going to her. But while I'm alive, I'm gonna take care of you and make sure you good though. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take care of to eat. You can come with me to, you know, to go to the festivities, stuff like that. Or my wife can have kids. Guess what? You can have the babies. You know what I mean? But you still know where you stand at. And at the end of the day, he can upgrade her and make her wife.
Hold on, Sid. I gotta answer this call. Go ahead. I'll be right back in.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you know, you can make her, you know what I'm saying, a wife, or you can keep her at the concubine level, which a lot of guys do. So that's something that's been around. That's not nothing unusual or nothing not new to men and women, you know, these days. A lot of people don't understand that. So in the modern world, they call it a side piece or mistress or whatever you call it. But they've been going on, it's been going on for centuries, thousands and thousands and thousands of thousands of years. And it usually is not, you know, men of high value. It is anybody, because, you know, you got to be able to afford the concubines. So you got to be able to take care of the concubines. You got to be able to, you know, show the concubines love. You got to be able to take them out, you know, do things with them, you know what I mean? Financially support them too. So it ain't like you just having sex with them.
Yeah, it's more religious too.
Yeah.
The religious aspect to it too.
And it's in almost every religion. It's in Islam, it's in Israel.
Right.
Israel isn't, well, Christianity, you know, they try to say, oh, you know, they changed it.
Yeah,
but I mean, at the end of the day, you know, God is God, and when God said it's final, you know what I'm saying? Then unless he changing things, and I don't think he changed it, because if he did, then it would say he changed it. But he did originally. It was man and woman, and that was what it was, right? But then, as the wars happened and fighting happened, a lot of the women were left behind because they didn't have any husbands, and therefore that's why Abraham and them asked God, could he keep some of these women, because they were beautiful and they were good women. Right. It's just that the men had to go, and when the men were gone, they said, okay, well, what you want to do? And the women were like, we want to be wives. We want to be husbands. We lost our husbands. We lost our sons. We lost everybody. We don't have nobody. We don't have men at all. We can't reproduce with nobody. So, you know, and it was like, well, you know what? God said, okay, this is what you got to do. And he gave them rules to do it. He said, you can't have sex with her for 30 to 90 days. He said, you got to, you know, clean her up. You know what I mean? Shave her nails and get her hair and everything, all that stuff cleaned and everything. Whole body clean. You know, then you gotta, you know what I'm saying, after all that, you wait the time period. At that point, she had to learn your customs as well, too. She had to learn about, you know, what you eat, what you don't eat, what you think, how you pray, all that stuff, right? After you learn all that stuff, after that time frame of 30 to 90 days, you can make a choice to make her a wife or a concubine or what. If she doesn't agree to it, she can leave. She's free to go. If she does agree to it, she becomes a wife or concubine. Now, why I say this is important, because to understand, a lot of people, especially men and women out these days, don't understand that concept of this concubine nation thing.
You already put a low there?
So what ended up happening is that a lot of times when it comes to concubines, they get upset when they hear that word or side piece or mistress, or they want to be the main one all the time. Some women are not meant to be the main woman. Let's say it again. Some women are not meant to be the main woman.
Did you sign in yet?
And
Okay, you good?
Yeah.
Sign in.
Yeah.
You can leave your stuff up here. She wants you to help her with your lunch.
Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, there we go. Some women are not meant to be the main woman. And with that being said, because they're not meant to be the main woman, they feel they're the main woman, but they're not ready for that. Maybe they're not experienced enough. Maybe they're just not fit. It's okay to be fit, you know what I mean? Because every man ain't fit either to have more than one wife or concubines. So he shouldn't have them. But if he is fit to have them, meaning he able to financially and mentally, spiritually guide this woman, okay? At the end of the day,
I'll be back, Mom.
if she starts off as a concubine, doesn't mean she can't change and be more than that. It just means that at that position, she's probably just not ready for a wife position. And it can be a lot of reasons why. Everything that glitter ain't gold, right? That's what they say, right? So, sometimes, like I went on a little, date before in life, you know what I'm saying, where I was with a chick one time, and she was cool to talk to and hang out with, but her mind wasn't fully up to par with, I would say, what I wanted as a wife. So I wouldn't make her a wife. You know what I mean? Therefore, what would I make her? She's cool. She's able to hang out with, can talk, you know what I mean? Whatever else, but she's not really on that level to be a wife, but she wants to be around. She thinks she's ready. I know she's not ready. So I say, you know what? I'll keep her around. Even though I know in my back of my head, I'm not gonna make her a wife. But I kept her around because she was a good person to be around. She was a good friend to be around. You know what I'm saying? And she still is a friend. But, just because somebody is, going to be around a friend doesn't make them a wife. Just because the person has good sex doesn't make them a wife. Just because the person is, they say they're spiritually connected with this and that, and doesn't make them a wife only. You got to have the full package to be wife. Well, that's what wife is, a wife, and side chicks, because they might miss something that you actually need. They might have something you need, but they don't have everything you want. Or you might have everything you want, but not everything you need. And I know that's a deep conversation I did go into, but we're going to try to keep it short. So I'm going to read from the 3 passages I got so far. I can expand them a little more, but I'm not going to try to keep it too long for this one. But let's go into it. Genesis, chapter 25, verse 6. But Abraham gave gifts to the sons of the concubines, which Abraham had. And while he was still living, he sent them eastward, away from Isaac, his son, to the country of the east. Now, people say, that's Ishmael in them, right? Well, Ishmael is one of them. Haggai was sent to the east. He talks about that in the Bible. And God made a way for it to go make a great nation out of her son, which I believe is the Islam and Muslims. So they are cousins, you know what I'm saying? We're the Israelites, they're the Ishmaelites. But they don't call themselves that no more. But that was originally how it probably started. You know what I mean? How they got over to the east, more farther east, And so when they come back to the Holy Land, they come back home. They ain't just coming back just to come back to fight over that shit for no reason. They come back home because they're our cousins, right?
Okay.
So from that passage right there, what did you get from that passage right there, y'all? It says, I'm reading one more time. But Abraham gave gifts to the sons of the concubines which Abraham had. And while he was still living, he sent them eastward, away from Isaac, his son, to the country of the east. So he took care of them.
Yeah.
He gave them gifts. He gave them, a couple cows, couple goats, you know what I mean? Some money. But he made sure it was good. Even Ishmael, he sent things to Haggai even after, she was already gone. He would send things with messengers over to her. So he took care of her. He took care of the seed, even though she was way over there. That's a double conundrum right there, because guess what? The fact that he took care of his seed, that he ain't even get to see no more. Talk about it. What you know about taking care of the seed, you can't even get to see no more. You know, he's over there in a whole other country, but you still providing for him. You can't raise him like you want to, being there in the physical, but you're still financially taking care of him. Still sending messages to him. Still trying to guide him from 3,000 miles away. That's the beautiful thing. The fact of the matter is that Abraham still showed, I'm a man, I'm going to still hold my manly duties down, even though my wife is saying, nah, man, get him out of here. Because guess what? He's still a man at the end of the day. And even though God told him to do it because that was his wife, and she had more status than the concubine or the maidservant, Hagar, she still, God understood that was the good woman, and it wasn't her fault. It's just that she had the rights. You know what I mean? Because the wife has the rights. You understand? That's the difference between a concubine and the wife. You understand? Wife has the rights. If she wants the concubine gone, concubine got to go. But, you know, doesn't mean just as a man, you can't take care of your kids still. That's the whole point. So that's the first one right there. Then we're going to go into David, you know, because David was one of those ones, boy.
Trip. He was a trip.
Okay. He was a trip. That's 2 Samuel 5:13. And David took more concubines and wives from Jerusalem after he had come from Hebron. Also, more sons and daughters were born to David. So we talking about more than just Nathan was Samson.
So see, let me get this straight. So see, I got a question. So
what's the question?
You took on the concubines, right? And you got a wife too. So you are allowed to get them pregnant?
Yes, you are.
Oh,
yes,
you was? Oh, I didn't know that.
You are able to have kids with concubines. That's what I read in the book. I didn't know that. You know, I thought concubine was, but then, you know, Haggai got pregnant because his wife told him he could get her pregnant because she wanted a son from the concubine. She wanted to keep the son. But when she had her own son, then she sent her away and him. So it was like she was jealous. She couldn't let go of her jealousy. And that was his wife, so he had to do what, you know what I mean? Because it's his wife.
His wife, yeah.
Right. So that's the only downfall of that. You don't want to get in a situation like that. So, you know, and then you never know how the feelings change. Females, something like that, illogical. You know, they're the one that caused the whole problem. So listen to God like you're supposed to. She wanted to do that and get him in trouble kind of a little bit. Because like, yo, come on now. You know what I mean? You wanted me to sleep with her. I slept with her. You have a kid with her now, Ishmael, and now you're going to send her away. So yeah, you know, that could be a little drama. You know,
females ain't never happy, bro. They ain't never satisfied.
And this is why, you know, you got to use discernment sometimes. Even though she wanted what she wanted, as a man, you got to tell her, no, wait on God. Because God said, you're going to have a child with me. You're going to have a child with me. If you're 99 years old, so what? You say you're going to have a child, you're going to have a child.
You're going to have a child.
Know what I mean?
That's right.
She don't want to wait, though. So that's her being impatient. And this is why when now she had a kid, now she want to get her out of here. You know what I mean? It's like, that's waiting for you, though. And that's real. All right, back to David. And David took more concubines and wives from Jerusalem. And after he had come from Hebron, also more sons and daughters were born to David. Now, these are the names of those who were born to him in Jerusalem. Shemua, Shobab, Nathan, Solomon, Ibhar, Elishua, Nepheg, and then it says Japhia, Elishayama, it was Elishama, Elida, and Eliphelet. So that was the other kids he had, you know, by the wives and concubines. So when he went to, you know, Jerusalem, that's where he went. He got Bathsheba and some other ones, and he had babies with him. You know what I'm saying? I think Solomon came from Bathsheba. Yeah. Okay. But he had more than one wives and concubines. They had babies with him. Okay. Then we had his son, Solomon. It said,
was that allowed back then, though, see, for them to have more than one concubine?
Yes, it was. Some cats had 10.
Or
David had 10.
He did what he wanted to do.
Listen, God loved him. You know, and you know what? Now inspired me to read another passage because I had another one I got to read to you too, based off of that. See, you know, he did some simple stuff. What he did to Uriah. You know, he got Uriah killed to get Bathsheba. So God punished him, took his firstborn kid, I think it was Nathan, he killed him. And then he also punished him, made him where he couldn't leave the sword, couldn't leave his house. So he had to fight the rest of his life pretty much. But he ended up stopping him like when he got older. He said, all right, I'm gonna let you slide now. But he was fighting the whole time, pretty much. Constant wars.
Right.
But God said he loved him and he loved David. But you know what? His best friend, Nathan, which he named his kid after, first one, how can I put this? He told him David something too. He got a parable from God, and he told to give to him. And I'm gonna read that to you after I read this right here part. So 1 Kings, chapter 11:3. He's talking about Solomon, and he had 700 wives and princesses, or 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned his heart away. Let me say that again. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned.
David?
No, this is Solomon. And his wives turned away his heart from God, basically. So the problem wasn't that he had them wives. Make them clear, for concubines or the princesses. The problem was that he turned his heart from God.
From God.
So that, again, that's important to understand.
That the woman was a mean thing, bro.
Oh yeah, they are.
To make him turn his heart from God. Jesus.
This is why we read the Bible so we can learn those stories, because we got to know if a woman try to turn us away from God, we could be like, nah, baby, we ain't turning away. I ain't gonna worship no statue or no Ogun and none of that other shit. I'm gonna worship God if I'm in heaven. But we can talk, but we're gonna make sure you worship the same God I'm worshiping. If you don't, then we can't fuck around with each other. You gotta be able to, you gotta really be able to put that down like that, because if you don't, they can turn you away from it. You know, I mess with women like that too, like here that's, on spiritualist stuff. He's on spiritualist, and that's cool. But what spirit are you talking to?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I want to know, because you can't just say you want some spiritualist. You can be praying all kinds of stuff, and that ain't God per se. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Joshua 24:15 said, people pay to the more of these guys or the ones across the river and all that stuff. But in this house, we worship the Lord, the God, the Father of heaven. Okay? He made it clear what side he on. You gotta make it clear with whoever you talk to, what side you on.
Well, you're the head, not the tail. So you got to make that clear automatically.
Off the jump.
Your presence alone should. You know what I'm saying? If your presence don't make a call, then hey, you got to reevaluate yourself and know yourself. Your presence alone should already stand for something. You shouldn't have to say not one word just by your presence.
And as much as that's the case, we hope that it's like that. And a lot of times it's not like that, because
I know.
People
hard-headed.
Flesh is weak. And there's a lot of weak people out here too. Not every man is strong,
Yeah.
Not every man can was in temptation like that. So that's why temptation is a mud. Because when the girl give you that and cooking for you, doing all this, doing that, some dudes be like, oh man, I love her. And then they love her. She's like, Adam did, you gonna bite that fruit.
You're gonna bite that fruit.
Yeah. All right, let me see. So now I'm gonna go, since we're on that topic. My boy, now listen, man. See, this is what I'm saying. The thing about people. So I send my boy something, right? I sent him the link, right? He gonna say I'm not a Christian, but wish y'all the best. I'm an Israelite, bro. Hold on, just text him real quick. And I'm not saying that nothing wrong with being a Christian at all. I'm just saying, before it was Christians, there was Israelites. Jesus was an Israelite, so I'm related to Jesus originally. Now he with the church of Peter, not became the Christians. He's already dead already. What I'm saying is, even Peter was an Israelite. A lot of the first people that were following Christ were Israelites. So we still follow the word of Christ. Don't make no mistake of that. You know what I mean? But I think people get that sometimes confused as far as what that means. You know what I mean? They think there's something different. But it's not nothing different. It's just that it was a time before. Before there was Christianity, it was Judaism. It was Israelites. It was Hebrew before that. You know, Moses was the Hebrew. He wasn't Israelite. Israelites didn't come to Jacob. So again, this is why it's important to read. People don't understand, and they just be saying stuff. You know. All right. Back to what we were saying though. All right. So yeah. Let me see. All right. Here we go. Now we're gonna talk about what David did real quick. I want to get that part. That's important. All right, so David, this is let me see. 2 Samuel 1 through 15. Okay. 2 Samuel 1 through 15. It said, then the Lord sent Nathan to David, and he came to him and said to him, there were two men in one city, one rich and the other poor. The rich man had exceedingly many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing except one little ewe lamb, which he had brought to and nourished, and it grew up together with him and with his children. It ate of his own food and drank from his own cup and lay in his bosom, and it was like a daughter to him. And the traveler came to the rich man, who refused to take from his own flock and from his own herd to prepare one of the wayfaring men who had come to him. But he took the poor man's lamb and prepared it for the man who had to come. So basically, just a long story short, basically the rich man had a whole bunch of sheep, a whole bunch of cows, a whole bunch of all that stuff. But he took his servant's lamb, okay, and cooked it up. You know, he had one he raised as a kid, you know, since a young person. He raised his lamb. It was like his daughter to him. It was like it was his pet. It wasn't his food. That sheep ate from the same stuff. That lamb ate from the same stuff that he had. Okay, you follow me?
Yeah.
All right. He raised that lamb.
Yeah.
Okay. It says here. So David's anger was greatly aroused against the man. And he said to Nathan, as the Lord lives, the man who has done this shall surely die, and he shall restore fourfold for that lamb, because he did this thing and because he had no pity. Then Nathan said to David, you are that man.
Read that again.
Huh?
Read that again.
The whole thing or just the part?
That's the part.
Okay.
With that part you just finished.
So David anger. So David anger was greatly aroused against the man in the story that he just told. Nathan just told him. Nathan is his best friend, the one that got killed. You know what I mean? Saul's son. So he said, as the Lord lives, the man who has done that shall surely die, and he shall, restore fourfold for that lamb. Meaning he should pay for the lamb, even more money, like 4 times more. Because he had did this thing, and because he had no pity, he had no shame, killing that one beautiful little lamb. And then that's when Nathan said to David, you are that man. Thus says the Lord of God of Israel. So God of Israel told Nathan to tell David a story. The story is about Bathsheba. That was the story about. It wasn't about no lamb. See, it was about Bathsheba and about Uriah. And in fact, he killed Uriah to kill Bathsheba after he committed adultery. Yeah. And mind you, this is the part where it gets real. Because now God gonna talk to him. See, as he said it to him, now God gonna talk to him, because see, he's like, what? Wait a minute, hold up. You know what I mean? So then Nathan said to David, you are that man. Thus said the Lord of God of Israel. I know you over Israel. I know you king over Israel. And I delivered you from the hand of Saul. I gave you your master's your master's house and your master's wives into your
Mm.
keeping. He gave them the wives too of Saul. Okay? I gave you your master's house and your master's wife into your keeping. And gave you the house of Israel and Judah. And if that had not been enough, if that had been too little, it says here, I also would have given you much more. Wow.
That's deep.
Wow.
That is deep.
He said, if that was not enough females, not enough houses, not enough whatever, give you the whole kingdom of Israel and Judah, I would have gave you more. If you was not satisfied with them women, I gave you some more women. You ain't come talk to me, bro. What you had to do? You had to commit no grave sin by getting somebody killed. I know what you did.
Right.
That's some sucker shit. And that's why he punished him. Now, even though David's not like just like all of us, we ain't perfect. We only human. Okay. But it's important to understand that that's basically the same as we see today, just in different contexts. Brothers killing each other over females. Like any other females out here they can't talk to. You know what I mean? They ain't even their wife. That's their side piece, their concubine. And they go to killing each other over there.
Yeah.
You want coupon?
So I said to say this.
$5 after 30 coupon.
God don't like simple behavior either. He don't like no simps either.
Have a great day.
Right.
Yeah. Are you your brother's keeper? Listen, man, Abraham was giving away concubines. You know what I'm saying?
30.
But yeah, this dude over here, fight over one girl, ready to get somebody killed over one girl. That she might have been bad as ever, but he could have had the whole kingdom. He would have gave God would have gave him as many women as he wanted. Solomon had 700 wives and princesses and 300 concubines. So obviously got a problem with lust in that family.
Thank you.
Okay? You understand? They obviously got a problem with lust in that family. They got a problem with women. David had a problem with women. Solomon had a problem with women too. Okay? And they both got punished. All right. Now we're going to, so y'all understand about concubines now? Y'all get it?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You know, again, you know, to have multiple wives or multiple concubines, you need some money. Don't get it twisted. You need some money. Okay?
You say you need some money.
You need some money. You gotta be able to provide. You gotta be able to take care of them. You gotta make sure they're happy, even if they're concubines. And your wives gotta be happy too as well. You can't have concubines and wives and nobody happy. That ain't how it works. So you gotta make sure they're happy now. A lot of guys are thinking I want to have multiple women, but they ain't got they should focus on that money. They shouldn't focus on women because they ain't got themselves together. And the Bible says you gotta provide food, shelter, okay, and love. The three things you need to provide for a woman to even be called, to even get a relationship with one. If you can't provide food, shelter, or even participate in helping out with something, or start a business with them, or getting them right, or doing anything with them, then you just basically wasting time, wasting their time, and is wasting your time as well. Because at the end of the day, that's a part of it. You know, even with my situation, I take care of things. I send money. You know what I mean? Because guess what? They also motivate me to go harder. You feel me?
You get married?
Of course I am. I'm definitely get married. Hopefully next year. But even though I get married, we already had the understanding already established. So it's not like it's something new. You see what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful thing about knowing your partner and your partner knowing who you are. Because not everybody can understand. Every culture is different. And America doesn't really have a culture, unfortunately. A lot of people here, they don't have that culture. They don't have that mindset because they're not from that culture. So they look at it as always a negative thing, you know, or some freaky thing. Like it's we're gonna have threesome together. No, it's not about that.
Yeah.
They look at it as like, it's either sexual. They don't look at the money part of it hardly at all. Honestly, they don't look at the money at all. That's the last thing they look at, the money or the wealth and the power of what the family could be.
Sorry, I gotta call, guys.
That's okay. You can come back, So yeah. So they don't have they don't have the mindset of thinking that it's not just about sex, it's also about building empires. These are what kings build empires, you know what I mean? Peasants don't. Peasants just work. And I'm not saying somebody's a peasant because they're a peasant. I'm saying because it's a mindset. Your mindset is what makes you who you are too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody not meant to be no king. Everybody can't even have a conversation with a woman, let alone be able to please one. So they shouldn't be in that conversation. If you can't please your woman or women, you ain't supposed to be in that conversation about no concubine. If you can't even please one woman, you can't be in a conversation with a concubine. If you can't last more than 2 minutes, you ain't should be having no concubine. I'm just gonna throw that out there because you know we gotta talk about the keep it real. Keep it real both sides. If you ain't got no money, why you got more than one? You need to get one of them up because she ain't happy for real. She's just dealing with you because maybe you the sex is all right, but eventually that's gonna get old and she gonna end up finding somebody else. And
No, she gonna want that thing. She like all women, she gonna want that paper.
Right. And who don't want paper? I want paper. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Right.
That's why I create the situation for that, the women can be independent and have their own too. Because who want to be taking care of people all day? You gotta also be they gotta want more for themselves as well.
I was dealing with one now, bro. I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna keep carrying you. You can't come out your pocket with nothing. That word's thin, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? That word's thin after a while.
That's what my girl Dale said. I'm about to put a play together that is gonna financially put you in a position where you have to work no more. But
on, man.
you can still work, right? But you won't have to work as hard no more because now you have
They want it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If they
get
want
extra, and I'm pretty sure she will, because she's motivated. You know, she's a grinder like me. She's not a person. She's not lazy, nothing like that. She's a person that wants more. But at the
it.
end
Talking
of
about
the
the
day,
one overseas.
yeah. So she's a hardworking person. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna elevate that, take that bread, pay the bills she need to pay, and then keep on going with it and elevate. And the only thing I ask for her to do is not to work on the Sabbath. We got to get her off the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Because we get off the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Like that's we ain't get the conversion yet, but we're working on it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to get her over to the light. But it's a process, right? Because she didn't start, remember I got the vision. I got the, you know what I mean? She ain't get that yet. So I had to, work on that. All right, so let me see where we at now. We're gonna talk about let's talk about this money for a second. Oh, that's important. Okay. So we're gonna talk about
I was telling her to give you that.
Oh. Go ahead, I hear you, Corey.
yeah, we're gonna talk about Proverbs 21 20. Proverbs 21:20. Okay. And the idea that's found in that biblical book of Proverbs 21:20, it says, this is the verse. There is precious treasure in oil in the dwelling of the wise. But a foolish man swalloweth it up. Have you ever been swallowed? Ever been swallowed up?
Don't go there.
Nah, but basically.
Why you have to go there?
No, I know why they have to go there. It's just kind of my mind. Think about T.D. Jakes and all the wild stuff that he said about it. But we ain't gonna get to that.
That's still my bishop, man. Leave my bishop alone.
Oh man.
That's my bishop.
For A long too?
Don't comment, but go ahead.
All right. So it says there, there's a precious treasure in oil and there's a precious treasure in oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man swalloweth it up. That's basically saying, it comes from that one is a fool and his money will soon part. I know you heard that before, right? That's not from the Bible. It's actually from a guy named Dr. John Bridges. Okay, a book that was written in 1587. Okay, which adapted Tusser's original words. So it was actually coming from a guy named Tusser, okay, which is a fool and his money will soon part. That was written, you know, around 1587, right? But the part of the Bible that talks about that part specifically, where they got that from, okay, that's the financial part we're talking about now, is Proverbs 21:20, which it says, there's a precious treasure in oil and dwelling of the wise, the foolish will swallow it up. Basically saying that, a fool doesn't know how to do, with money, they'll spend that money, right? But a wise man knows what to do with it. They know what to do with treasure. They know what to do with oil. You know what I'm saying? They know how to flip that to make more money and everything. But a Superman gonna take that money, that see that treasure, and he gonna blow it. He gonna spend that all up. You know?
That's how. Who did that in the Bible? He spent all his inheritance
I
in
mean,
the Bible.
I'm sure people did that.
And then he it was a prince or somebody. He wanted his inheritance, and he spent it all up. But his father was worried about him when he came home. He had a celebration. Who was that?
Hey, I got to top of my head. I can't say.
Yeah.
But
I hear you.
But I understand though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, yeah, if you're not wise with your money and you're reckless with it, you're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And not
That's
saying
true.
money is is everything, because it's not. It's not money is evil itself. That's just paper from a tree. The love for money is the problem. The love for money is the sin. What you would do for it.
Just wash the clothes that you have right now, and then I'll turn the dryer on. Just finish washing the clothes you got, and I'll put it on the bed. I'm sorry, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. So that's the problem is the love for money, and what we do for it. You got strippers out here that's, shaking their butt, or escorts, people out there selling their body parts and all that stuff like that for money. That's a sin. That's the part that guys talk about.
Is that a sin?
We talking about the guys that hustle out there selling drugs for money. That's a sin.
So is that a sin of girls being strippers too? That's a sin?
Yeah, because think about it. You're doing it for money. You're not doing it because you like that man. Like your girl could strip for you. You know what I mean? And I've actually did that before. I've actually, had my girl say,
It's like you sell your body.
yeah, like
Yeah,
selling
Oh,
sex.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I get it.
Not in a relationship like a concubine is. Because concubine's in a relationship with you. Even though, they you take care of them, but they're in a relationship. So they're not hoes. You know what I mean? Or not bad. They're not women of the night. Right. But women of the night or strippers they're not your girlfriend. They just girls and they're dancing to make money. They don't really want to probably do that stuff. They wish they could get money without doing it. But they're not there because they love it. They're there for the money. So that's different. If you told a stripper right now, I'm not gonna pay you to dance for me, you just got to dance for free, is she gonna do it?
Nope.
Exactly.
Sure.
Now you tell your girl dance for you, she should do it, right? Because it's your girl.
You still ain't gonna do it.
I mean, they might not this day. But if you got a girl that you take care of, and she love you for real, she don't mind dancing for you. You're in that pole swinging around because you already taking care of the bills anyway, doing all that stuff. You ain't gotta give her no money to throw money on her. But I've done that though. I had a pole in the crib one time, a long time ago, and I did. I put them ones out there. I'm going to strip club. Forget the strip club. I'm gonna throw them shit on your ass. So I was like, you know what? Get on that pole. And she got on that pole. And I did the ones on her. Instead of going to the strip club and spending that money on somebody else, why not give it to my girl? Now, was I wrong? Of course. But
why was you wrong for that?
I mean, because the fact of the matter is,
that's your wife. You do what you want with your wife.
No, this is way back in the day. She wasn't my wife. This was back in the day. Yeah. But it's my girlfriend at the time, so it's concubine. So basically, it was concubine, pretty much. Yeah, because, but I was like, instead of me going and spending money on somebody else, that a random stranger chick that I don't know, I might as well throw it on her because that way I'm in the comfort of my own home, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna throw it on her because shoot, she need the money too. You know what I mean? She gonna buy her something, get her something. But again, it's the love for money. Things you would do for it is what makes it a sin. You know what I mean? If it caused you to hurt somebody, kill somebody, rob somebody, you know, sell your body parts for it, have sex for it, all those things, you're sinning. That's the sin of the evilness of money. That's the evil. That's the root of all evil when it comes to that, because people use the money to do things. Use it, a lot of people use it to convince people, use it to corrupt people. It's being used as a tool of evil. And if it's used as a tool for evil, then it's evil, right? All right. So that's where that comes from. And there's another verse, Proverbs 17:16. It says, it touches the same kind of thing. It says, why is there money in the hand of a fool to buy wisdom when he has no heart to do it? So, you know, it's saying, you know, you can say, you know, for example, you got the money to do something, but don't mean you will do it because you're scared to do it. You know what I mean? Therefore, say you know, you want to get this property, this house. What's the point of having this money in your hand if you ain't gonna buy the house? You're too scared to buy the house. So you can also be a fool and lose your money by not making the right investments too. And this came from another verse that my boy sent me today, which is Proverbs 22:7. Okay, and he sent me that one because we was on this female stat. She was talking about she borrowed money from Cash App and she was like $1,000 in debt. I said, how you get $1,000 in debt? I borrowed money from Cash App before too, but I never been $1,000 in debt. You must be spending something crazy. See, but the thing about females is they go and buy stuff. They borrow money to spend it on things. They don't buy it really almost to invest. They don't borrow money to invest. They borrow to spend it on hair, wigs, nails, and all that stuff. They're not buying it, you know what I'm saying, to buy a house with it, or buying it to get a car that can do Uber with it, or do not. They buying the car or rent it. They borrow money to pay a bill. That money's gone after that to somebody else. They borrow money to get, you know, their hair done or nails done, or go on vacations. That's why their money is disappearing. That's why people don't have no money. $1 trillion business, a hair business. They don't need to get their hair done all the time. They can just comb that shit out. We don't give a damn. We don't care about the hair. Think about it. How many of y'all really say, yo, your hair messed up? I can't talk to you. I'm asking y'all. How many of y'all said to a girl, you know, oh, I can't talk to you because your hair ain't done right now. You get your hair done before you talk to me, or you ain't gonna have sex with her because her hair ain't done.
I'm definitely ain't looking.
What you said?
I'm definitely ain't looking at the hair.
Exactly. So why females think that the hair is so important? That's a personal insecurity. We don't ask their hair to get done every week. We don't try to spend $40 in their hair to get done, or their nails $100 here. That's a waste of money to us. We're like, we don't get our nails done. Shit, we just clean them up. They clean our nails, but they got to get it done. They got to get it, you know, polished and cut and all this other stuff because they females and they think that makes them cute. When we looking at it like you just lost $500. Now I ain't saying you gotta be cheap. I'm just saying there's other things you can spend that $500 on. You can buy a whole truck. You can buy a whole car for $500. You know what I'm saying? You can buy whole groceries for 2 months for $400. You feel me? But they ain't thinking like that. They thinking only right now. You can buy a whole refrigerator, a deep freezer for $400, and keep putting meat in that joint for next week, next month. Have enough meat in that refrigerator for a whole year. But they ain't thinking. They just want to spend. And this is why a lot of them is broke. And then they go and become a stripper. Or they get their butt done and do some other stuff, strange for some change. This is why. Or the guys, same thing with the guys. You taking that money, you could went to work at McDonald's and made that $1,000 a week or $600 a week. But instead, you would go and hit the corner with it, with tax money. And now you're gonna get some car rims on it or some feet on it. For what? Who you pressing? Oh, you want to press the chicks. Them chicks don't care about that 1972 Oldsmobile with them gold BBSs on that bad boy. Then you lift it up.
Some of them do though. Some of them do.
You're right. Somewhere down south of the country, somewhere they care about the old man. Nobody care about that in New York, man. I'm just saying, in New York, they listen. You ain't got no Benz or something like that. That might impress them a little bit, but like, or some car like that, but not no Oldsmobile with the feet on it. Like, what that was a loud bang in it. You spend your whole income tax check on some Beats and some Rams on an old car that's about to blow, an engine about to blow on it, probably. That's kind of foolish to me. You know, my dad said a long time ago, man, hey, you got some McDonald's money? And then what I mean by that is that you ain't got it, you should be spending it. Okay? If you ain't spending my money on something that you don't need when you got food in the refrigerator.
Right.
Message. All right. So we're gonna go into the next subject. You know, we almost there right here. Okay, see, the next one we're gonna go into is Matthew 26:41. Okay. You know, oh, actually, no, we already did that already. We're gonna go into Luke 22, verse 31 through 34. Okay. One second. Yeah. All right. So Luke 22, verse 31 to 34. It says here. Okay. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed, Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. But he said to him, Lord, I am ready to go with you, both to prison and to death. Okay? Then Jesus said to him, I tell you, Peter, the rooster shall not crow this day, for you will deny 3 times that you know me. Let me read that again. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed, Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith shall not fail, and when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. But he said to him, Lord, this is Peter talking to Jesus, Lord, I am ready to go with you, both to prison and to death. And Jesus said to him, I tell you, Peter, the rooster shall not crow this day before you will deny me 3 times that you know me. Or you will deny 3 times that you know me. Okay? You know what that means?
What's
Say that
that?
again.
What you say?
Say it again.
All right. This is about Peter's denial of Jesus. He denied 3 times when they asked him, did you know Jesus when he was getting crucified? And Peter denied him 3 times. He said, I didn't know him. He said, you sure you don't know him? You don't know Jesus, son of Nazareth? Nope, I don't know who that is. No, I could swear I seen you with him. Yeah, you was with the 12 disciples.
You said, no, that wasn't me.
That was not me, sir.
You got me mistaken. You got me mistaken. You got me messed up.
We laugh right now, but it ain't funny.
Nah, that ain't funny.
It ain't funny, but you know what? Shout out to my brother Jesus. Because he said, you're going to deny me 3 times, but the rooster will not crow. Okay? Or you would deny me 3 times. That means you're going to say,
I'll never deny you.
He said he would ride to the death, to jail, all that. And you know what? I got a story about this one. I gotta say about this one though. Everybody say that your friends is not your friends. Everybody say that
Everybody
your
say go
man's
right with you, they ain't go right with you.
ain't gonna ride with you. You know, y'all hear me right now. Y'all riding with me. You know, I appreciate that for real, from the bottom of my heart. I know people before in their life that, you know, was hustlers and this and that and shooters, whatever that stuff. When it come down to doing that time, yeah,
They
dime
gonna
your
chirp like
dime your ass
birds.
out quick. They gonna chirp
They
like a
gonna
bird.
chirp like birds. Chirp,
Say their own
chirp
ass,
like birds.
and they gonna do it for their girl. They gonna say because they afraid their girl gonna leave when they go to prison. Oh yeah, they gonna dime you out. Yeah, they gonna dime you out. Okay, they gonna tell you. Mm-hmm. They gonna say, yeah, it was Deuce, man.
It was not me.
Nah, it was you, man.
Then too, they gonna be the
Oh,
man. They gonna say, no, you the man. He was the
they
man of
gonna
the
be like,
whole thing.
oh,
He
Sag, man.
organized everything.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was Sag. Sag did it all. I seen him. They were like, you
Yeah.
seen Sag? So hold on, you wasn't even there. It don't
He
matter.
organized everything.
He organized everything. No, C's, man, I know C's did it. You know, I know C's did it because he told his other chick that I heard it from her. So I know he did. So are you willing to take a stand on C's? Yes.
That's how they do.
I've been there. So in real life, okay, but let me tell you one time, I could get to the case over with, but it's been more than 7 years. My point I'm trying to say is there was a situation where somebody did something, okay, and that person did something, even though I told them not to do it because it was stupid. But unfortunately, I was trying to go to the club and have a good time, but being in the hood and people with hood mentalities, they sometimes do things that shouldn't be done. So what ended up happening was we was about to leave out and go to the club. I think this is dumb shit already. I almost got us arrested. So we walking back to the car. He gets a phone call. Instead of telling me what's going on, he keeps walking. I say, oh, that's the car, man. What's going on? Hold on, I got hands on. I hands on quick. Well, hand on what, man? You know what I mean? Mind you, I'm a little tipsy already. That's why I gotta be not drinking. Because if I wasn't drinking, I would have got out of there. But I was inebriated. Okay, I was sipping on some rocks. Well,
You know, some Rossi.
yeah, I was on some rocks, the big bottle. Yeah, the big bottle of rocks. You know what I mean? For everybody, family size. Well, somebody came at the house. It was basically his aunt's boyfriend. He's older, probably like in his 50s or whatever, something like that. And he just got, I guess, finished having an argument when he put his hands on her. And I understand that part. That one I could understand, even though we just had some dumb shit that just happened. So we should be getting the fuck out of there. But him being a person want to get involved with a domestic situation, which pretty much happens all the time. It wasn't like it's the first time it happened. She's still with the motherfucking dude. I think she might be on drugs herself. So both of them was on drugs, probably. You know what I mean? But either way,
I know.
he walking over there to go and basically defend his honor and start to fight and beat up the dude. Well, at the same time that's happening, you know, things get a little escalated and, you know, things get pulled out. And at the same time when that happens, somebody's driving down the street. Them people, you know, 5-0, Johnny Law.
Them boys.
Them boys, 5-0, one time. And they see it. And they like, oh shit. But see, it was so elevated at that time that they was like, if we get out right now, he gonna pop at us. We're gonna take him down. Because they already knew they would have left, they would say, freeze. He might have, and now it's a whole thing going on. But instead, they kept going. Now I knew in my head, because they seen it. They're like, we ain't about to. I'm about to tire in a minute. I ain't about to. It was on some Danny Glover shit. I'm too old for this shit. So they got up out of there, go around the corner. You're gonna get the APB and bring the whole squad back. So I said, yo, we gotta get up out of here, man, ASAP. Before a chance to get up out of there, he's like, okay, let's just go and put this away real quick. So he goes, runs that joint, whatever, put it away. When he comes back out, we try to get in the car because he had the keys. The other dude pulls up. They get into it, which is her actual nephew. So they get into it. He goes off on the dude too. And he just got out. So he on some, you know what I mean? Like he just got out. So he a career criminal with this shit. So luckily he didn't do nothing crazy because he was about to do it. But anyway, that dude called the police. But they came around the corner. They were already coming anyway. All I see is by the time he was in the car, zoom, 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 both sides of the street, zoom. They come around that motherfucker deep as fuck. I'm talking about multiple cars, more than 20. At this time I said, yo, get out the car. That shit. Come in the house. They come. I walk off. They do exactly just like I said. We get in the house. Long story short, knock, knock, knock. We're coming in there. We found it. What did they find? We don't know. But it probably been down the street. Way down the street. It wasn't near the place we was at. So technically, it ain't, but whatever the case might be, long story short, they on some, we got it and we come in and arrest everybody. The ones that, and we had to fight that for 10 months. Now, in the process of fighting this was where the story comes. Remember, at the end of the day, I'm an innocent bystander in this situation. Okay? Technically. Not completely, but technically. Because I might have something to do why they might have something, with them. But that's not here nor there. What I'm trying to say is, so therefore I'm somewhat partly responsible to a certain degree, right? Because without me, they wouldn't have been able to do no dumb shit in the first place. But my dad told me a long time ago, you pull it out, you better use it. So I'm the type of person to pull some shit out. If I pull it out, it's going down. I'm not going to fake bluff, but I'm not trying to scare you. None of that. If I pull it out,
you better use it.
I'm using it. There's no way around it. No ifs about it. I was taught that as a kid. Period. Both my grandparents the guns and violence. So I know that's a no-go for me. That's my father's word. The sword never left my house. All right. That being said, which is how else would I know who I am too, we get inside. We locked up now. We've been in for like about a week. Then they go in front of the judge. Before you go in front of the judge, I say, yo, listen, what boy's gonna do? Because this shit right here, I told boys to get up out here a long time ago. And y'all boys didn't listen. You know what I'm saying? So, but at this time, I got things going back with the truck and shit. I'm like, I ain't about to go down for this shit over here. Not happening. Not this dumb shit. Because you could have avoided that shit. You know what I mean? We could have been got up out of there. We had an opportunity to get up out of there. But you want to stay there longer than when, and do shit and stay there. We could have got up out of the car and dipped out after that shit happened. Right? And maybe it wouldn't escalate to what it did. But it escalated because one, cops seeing you. Two, is come back around the corner with a whole squad because we're around the corner anyway. And three.
So was there only one banger? Or
No.
was more than one?
But that's all they only, they only found one.
Oh.
But the one they found didn't match or have anything on it. But they found something. in a car somewhere down the street that happened to be open.
How they know? How they know it was your car though?
I was
You
my car.
been-
I didn't drive that day.
Well, I'm just saying.
Now
Period.
the reason why I also regretted that, because if I drove that day, I would have got up out of there. But I didn't drive it because I wanted to have my drink in time, because I was usually doing it sober, because I drive, because I don't drink and drive like that. You know what I mean? So this is my first time I was actually going to actually be able to kick back and enjoy myself, because it was a party going that same night, an old school party at the Groove. So I better go to Groove, and you know what I mean? I had a couple of shorties waiting for me and everything, man. Bad one suit. You know what I mean? I would go there and turn up and dance with her and shit. You know what I mean? And do my, run a man. Couldn't do that. I'm in a jail cell. It's cold in there. And before they came and knocked on that door, and this aunt let him in, I picked the bottle up and I just started chugging that motherfucking Rossi. I know it's gonna be cold in that day. I know you're gonna have that shit on blast. At
least you can enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this last bit. I was sipping that shit. It came in. Everybody get out. I'm just sitting there. I'm sipping on the damn this wine, and I'm just chugging it, because I know I didn't keep my body warm, because I'm gonna be in that joint. It's gonna be cold as hell, and it was, but I didn't feel it because I was drunk. Shout out to that bottle of Rossi. But the point of the story, more of the story was, when it came time to get to the point where it would get to that point where it's like, all right, we gotta make a decision, because it's like, all right, we know we're gonna be fighting this shit. If we don't get out of here, are we stuck in here? They don't give us bail or ROR, we got a problem. Because I got a whole business I gotta run. I got a whole truck, I got things I gotta do. And
you had the truck like that?
I think I might have had one at the time. I think I did. I just kind of had it like a couple months. I think my second truck, I believe, 2015. Yeah, something like that. So my whole thing is this: I had the truck, and I had my business going. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to elevate, and I'm dealing with this shit, which shouldn't even happen in the first place. But my whole thing is, this is what happens when you're around the wrong people. When you try to elevate somebody, they don't want to elevate.
Yeah.
When you're trying to better somebody, they don't want to better. I was trying to better them, but you can't help everybody, because you can't help nobody want to be ignorant. You want to help them, but you can't. And unfortunately, I learned the hard way. But my whole thing is this: when I said to the dude, I said, man, listen, man, I said, somebody gotta take their time. If it goes past the judicial pretrial, somebody gotta take this time. Yeah. And this shit popped out because you popped it off. So yeah, man, you want to take that time. I told him just like that. Right? We was in the cell. Take the time. Yeah. And
I've been in situations like that. Thank God. God be the glory.
He was like,
mad situation.
And this is what a man said to me. Now, mind you, it's his fault. This whole thing happened. He gonna say, man, my girl, man, she pregnant, the baby gonna be away. I ain't trying to be here for my baby. Oh, no. Oh, bro. That don't matter
about
bro.
That. No.
That's part of that come with the street life, bro. You know how many birthdays I missed? Okay, I missed my dad passed away. I missed too.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you saying, but nah, man, that's what happened. That's the life you choosing. We want to be in the streets. We can be getting money and doing other stuff, but you want to be in these streets. You want to be the man.
You want to be the man.
You want to be the shooter. You want to be known as boy. Well, you pour it out, you didn't use it. So at that point, you wasted your time. And that dude about to come back and snitch on us because he already made a statement. Now, of course, this is where C's and the company come in because hey, I might have made a phone call too, saying, hey, yeah, I'll talk to that person real quick for C's, and they did, and he didn't come to court. And that's the reason why we got caught. Had to fight this case 10 months. We was inside the whole time. We got out, but for 10 months, we had to fight it. And we
did 10 months.
No, I didn't do 10 months. 10 months on basically, on exit and shells. Yeah, 10 months. But we got ROR because there was none of evidence to prove what they were trying to say. They tried to say it was 4 guns in the car. We were on the car. We all got the car. That was a lie. The cops lie.
Yeah, they do. They plan to cocaine on me, bro.
Yeah, they'll
That's
put that
another
shit on
story.
you. They'll
But
lie,
yeah,
and they'll say it's 4 guns. There's only one they got. They'll say that they seen shots fired and the shell casings. This match is over here and this and that over there.
yeah,
They will try to link shit together. They ain't got to link. They'll do all kinds of stuff, and they try to do that with
yeah.
us. Yeah, they try to say all kinds of violent offenders. I'm a whole truck. I ain't get dead nothing. Okay, they ain't got no record over in this country. So I'm like, yo, I'm good. You know what I mean? But see, that also helps because of that. You know what I mean? But my point is, all that could have been avoided. And when it come down to it, hey, you gonna handle your business, because if this goes to that level, you gonna take that charge. Me. Oh, that's when it's, oh man, my girl, man, you know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna wait for me, man. She gonna have a baby, man. I gonna see my kids. I'm being there for 2 years and a half. And man, listen, bro, I should hear all that.
That's part of the street, bro. You know what you're
Right.
getting into.
Yeah, I said some of your books.
And you don't snitch. You know, when somebody give you something, you know, that's on you, brother.
You don't snitch,
That's all on you.
but you can tell yourself to take a rap.
That's right.
If you did
That's
it.
on you.
If you know we ain't gonna beat this case. And it gets to the point where we know we gonna have to fight it. And they gotta go through the whole court. And they got this and that, or they don't got this and that. See, the thing about this is, luckily I knew what they did have, what they didn't have. But I was testing them, because at the end of the day, he didn't understand. This shit ain't like for you. See, I did shit. I don't talk about everything I did, but I did shit.
You
And,
ain't the only one.
and guess what? I learned that I'm protected. God protected
Come
me.
on, say that again. Yes, he did. Me too. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you. Because I could have been somewhere else. I could have been dead or in jail.
Come on, man. Dead and in jail. Thank God. Grace and
But I'm
mercy.
here. I'm here right now as a living testament, okay? Because God wanted me to be here. Got a lot of friends that ain't here, man.
Yep.
A lot of friends that people didn't understand, that were misunderstood, or they call them savages and all that sort of stuff. And you know what? They just need love, man. They had bad. I know why they was like they was. I know why they mother in jail for this robbery, this and that, or their mom was a drug addict and was on drugs and had a bad boyfriend in her life. And was around grew up, and I knew that. I stayed at the house one time, or I might have been. I seen abuse, or you know what I mean. I was around. I lived in the hood before, so I've been around people that had trouble in past, and I know why that person might have been that savage. How it turned him cold, or he was in prison.
Look at DMX, bro. Look
Yeah,
at DMX
just like
life,
DMX, Tupac
just
too.
like DMX.
Yeah, I have friends just like them. They have good hearts to me, but somebody else, hey, they might not have been too nice.
Yeah.
But to me, it was love. Oh, C's come around. Oh shit, see, man. Hey, but it's another person that's the op. I feel bad for him. Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
So I know them people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say, this dude wasn't one of the real ones. He was a dude that wanted to be a real one. He wanted to be not even a real one. He wanted to be a savage, but he wasn't a savage. He wanted to act like he was a savage because but he wasn't a savage.
Some people ain't even built like that, bro.
He wasn't built like that
the hard way. I learned the hard way.
He ain't ready to do no time. He's scared to do time, but you think you tough.
Yeah.
And you ain't tough. See, in jail, ain't no guns in jail or prison.
Come on.
You gotta use these right here.
You gotta knuck up.
You gotta have this right here.
You
And guess what? The smallest nigga in there running shit.
Yeah, sure is.
Looking like me. At 185
I don't
pounds.
underestimate nobody.
You can't.
I do not underestimate nobody, bro.
You can't,
I don't
man.
care who you is.
You can't underestimate nobody, because you know what? The same person you underestimate, that'd be the motherfucking one that can get you up out of here.
Get you up. That's right. You sure will.
And
you never sleep on nobody either. Think you just beat somebody down. You better watch your back. People in jail and dead behind stuff like that, bro.
Trust me.
You know?
I know. With that being said, he wasn't ready to do no time or take a rap for him doing what he did, and then being in that situation because of him. No.
Yeah.
And it's the problem. And the other guy had 3 strikes or 2 strikes, Probably be the third if he would have got convicted. We'd have got on trial. So he'd have been doing some real time. He just got home. So I'm looking like he glad as hell that everybody stayed solid. But just imagine if it didn't go. It went past that level, past the trial. We got the court. They had enough to push it. So the judge gave mad time. If he come back to court, get mad time.
You know they're gonna throw the book at you and I, bro. That's black and brown.
The
that's
judge,
automatic.
I felt like the judge was sleeping with. We all know her too. I ain't gonna say her name, but you know what I'm talking about. She related to a family pastor. We ain't gonna say who, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was his daughter-in-law.
You said a famous pastor?
Yeah, we ain't gonna say her name.
In Buffalo?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep. Got a church right there off Perry. Yep, we're gonna talk about that.
Oh.
His
daughter?
Yeah, his in-law, son's wife. She was the one preceded.
Which wife? You've been married, like.
Come on, I mean,
you
gonna tell the name? Come on now.
Oh no. But I'm just saying, you've
but
been
this
married.
This I really get. This I really get because
couple of times.
When it happened, I said, dang man, like shit, I've been to Bethel. Let me stop. All right. Yeah. I've been there before. I met the guy before. You know what I mean? Like, she had no more. She kept on none of that. She like, yeah. So how much time I need to figure it out to get these motherfuckers off these streets? And I'm like, yo. They're like, yeah, we should have it in a month or two. And they come in a month or two. So what you got now? She was like that. Just waiting. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, she was definitely trying. You know. Oh.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna leave. So I have to have a look tonight. So I have to sleep more.
Yeah. Well, shoot, we're gonna see you later, Sag, man. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much this. I think this is the last one. Is the last one? Let me just check real quick. See if this is the last one. Let me see. Oh, we got one more after this. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You know, with Peter, you know, but it's nice to see you, Sag. I'm gonna see you around. You already know.
Yeah.
It's all love, brother.
All right, man.
So you know, the crazy part about it is, is that crazy part about it, bro. Peter denied him 3 times, and Jesus already knew he was going to deny him. He already knew that he wasn't going to stay down with him when it comes to that part. He knew he was going to deny him 3 times, and because he knew he was going to deny him, he told him that to his face. You're going to deny me, bro. You're going to deny me 3 times. 4. The rooster ain't going to crow. Okay, before you deny me 3 times. And sure enough, it happened. Just like Jesus predicted, just like he said. You're going to deny him 3 times. So everybody said he down with you, ain't down with you. That's why I got that, the more of that story right there. I just want to touch that on that. That's important to understand. You know, everybody said down with you, that they're not down with you. And then the last one we're going to talk about today is Matthew 17. Okay, Matthew 17. This is what we're going to talk about today. It's the last one of the day. A couple of parts in that we're going to talk about in that one. All right, Matthew 17. All right. Now, after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and his brother John, led them up on a high mountain by themselves, and he transfigured before them. That means he changed right before them. His face shone like the sun. So his face lit up like the sun. His whole face was like a ball of light. And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, talking to Jesus. Then Peter answered and said to Jesus, Lord, is it good for us to be here? If you wish, let us make 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. While he was still speaking, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And suddenly a voice came out of the cloud saying, "This is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear him." And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their faces and were greatly afraid. But Jesus came and touched them and said, "Arise, and do not be afraid." When they had lifted up their eyes and saw no one but Jesus only, now as they came down from the mountain, Jesus commanded them, saying, "Tell the vision to no one until the Son of Man has risen from the dead." Okay. And his disciples asked him, saying, "Why then do the scribes say Elijah must come first?" Okay. Jesus answered and said to them, "Indeed, Elijah is coming first and will restore all things. But I say to you that Elijah has already came, and they did not know him, but did to him whatever they wished. Likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands." Then the disciples understood that he spoke of them, of John the Baptist. Okay. And when they had come out of the multitude, and when they had come to the multitude, that means walking onto the people now, a man came to him, kneeling down, saying, "Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is an epileptic and suffering severely." So do have seizures, the son. "For he had often falls into fire and often into water." So he will fall over a lot out of nowhere to have a seizure. "So I brought him to your disciples, but they could not cure him." Then Jesus answered and said, "O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him here to me." And Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Then the disciples came to Jesus privately and said, "Why could we not cast it out?" But Jesus said to them, "Because of your unbelief. For surely I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. However, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting." Why is that important? Certain demons require certain things to get them out. Okay? And this demon right here was a powerful one. You need to get him out by just saying, move out the way, leave the body like that. Unless you've been fasting and praying. And you've been fasting and praying, and I mean fasting, meaning not eating no food or drink for a nice amount of time, will you be able to have the power to get this motherfucker out, that demon out of that boy. But Jesus was able to do it. So he told him the way how to get demons out of people. You have to fast, you have to pray. You follow me, bro?
I got you. I hear you.
Okay, so to get a demon out of somebody, you have to fast and you have to pray. Okay? Jesus fasted 40 days and 40 nights. That's a long fast. I ain't saying you got to fast that long, might possibly, hopefully, but you might have to fast for like 10, 12 days or 15 days or something. You might have to fast for, a week or something to get a demon out of somebody, you know what I mean, to cast it out. Because you have to pray a lot, you know what I mean, to get a demon out of somebody. Because demons, they different levels of demons now. You got the devil and his minions. You got other demons.
But those two seeds, if you got to know what you're doing, because it'll jump in you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You really got to know what you're doing when you start doing stuff like that, because they will jump in you.
You gotta be one with God, for real. You gotta be really,
for real.
If you're not, then it can jump right at you.
Yep. Look at The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Yeah.
So that being said, he said, hold on a second. Water here. There we go. It says, when they had come to Capernaum, those who had received the temple tax came to Peter and said, "Does your teacher not pay the temple tax?"
Let me know when you're ready to watch those coming.
Okay. When they had come to Capernaum, those who had received the temple tax came to Peter and said, "Does your teacher not pay the temple tax?" Talking about Jesus. Does he not pay the temple tax? And he said, "Yes." And Peter said, and when he had come into the house, Jesus anticipated him, saying, "What do you think, Simon?" So Peter, "What do you think? What do you think, Simon? From who do the kings of the earth take customs or taxes? From their sons or from strangers?"
Mm.
So he asking people, Peter, who do they take their taxes from? They from their own family, or they take it from strangers? And then Peter said to him, "From strangers." Jesus said to him, "Then the sons are free. Nevertheless, lest we offend them, go to the sea, cast in a hook, and take a fish that comes, the first fish that comes up. And when you have opened its mouth, you will find a piece of money. Take that and give it to them for me and you." So that's a temple tax right there, you know. Give the Caesar what is Caesar's, you know, because remember that money ain't your money.
Yeah.
You know, that church money ain't your money either. Temple tax. You know, you go to church, you pay. They gonna ask you for some money.
That is.
So if they ask you for some money, this ain't church, but you know, it's Bible study. I tell you, taste like water for free. I want Jesus on that one.
But you know what though? It's in the Bible, action shall be given. You gotta ask for it.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you exactly because you know my blessings come from silence too. You know what I mean? I do a lot of things for a lot of people, and I'll talk about it because you know I do it generally from my heart.
You don't know where your blessings come from. Me too. I do a lot of things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So ain't everybody business.
Right, ain't everybody business. But you know, I'll say as much. You know, I give a lot. You know what I'm saying? I take a lot of things, I give a lot. But nobody knows that though. You know, you might see me on Facebook, they might just be like, "Oh, you talk this, talk that." They don't really know. They don't know me. So I get it. But I'll say this. Church need money too. You know, I don't believe in them ones that be locking the doors, you know.
Bills gotta be paid, brother.
Yeah, bills gotta be paid. Who on the phone with us today? I just came in. Viewer, you there? New viewer? I was gonna make sure I hear you. I don't know who that is, but whoever that is, welcome. You know. All right, so yeah, we're talking about you know the last part of it, which is let me see, Matthew 17. Okay, you can hear us? Perfect. All right, so we were talking about Matthew 17, the whole chapter. We read the whole chapter, Matthew 17, and it's a part that says, where it says here, I'll read it again. When they had come to Capernaum, those who had received the temple tax came to Peter and said, "Does your teacher not pay temple tax?" So it's basically asking Peter, "Did the temple not pay for the taxes for the church? You know, the temple tax?" And he said, "Yes," saying that he does pay it. And when he had come into the house, Jesus anticipated him, saying, "What do you think, Simon? From whom do the kings of the earth take customs or taxes? From their sons or from strangers?" So he asking them to take it from anybody, everybody, or talking to certain people, strangers. You know what I mean? And Peter said to him, "From strangers." So basically saying they take temple tax from strangers. They don't take from their kids and nobody else and their family and nothing like that. Only from everybody else. Okay, cool. Jesus said to him, "Then the sons are free. meaning the kids they got are free, basically. The family is free. All right. Jesus said to him, the sons are free. Nevertheless, let's not offend them. Go to the sea, cast in a hook, and take a fish, the first that comes up. And when you have opened its mouth, you will find a piece of money. Take that and give it to them for me and you. Now, this is basically temple tax. This is basically church money. That 10% he's talking about, you gotta give.
Yeah.
Now I'm not going.
Question.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get off the subject.
Yeah.
So your 10% have to be in the church. So what if you don't make it to church?
No, it don't. It don't.
That's what I thought. That's
not
what
at
I
all.
thought. Somebody else told me that too.
Also, pretty much churches anywhere with more than one people congregate. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
This is considered church, even though it's not church. It's considered church. Even though we studying about the Bible, it's still considered church because with anytime more than one person of guys in the midst are talking about God, guys in the midst.
Amen.
So the guys in the midst right now, we talking right now. That's why I wait till one person comes in. So when one person comes in, you start.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the God's in the midst right now. So that's why I do that. And sometimes it's 3 people, sometimes it's 4 people, sometimes it's 5 people. Sometimes there's more people than that. It just depends. Sometimes there's no people. I'm still gonna talk about it because every Saturday I'm gonna have Bible study because the word needs to get out here, one way or the other. But it's good when somebody comes in, we can have a dialogue and talk about things. And that was one of the things I want to talk about, the taxes, how Jesus still gave, even though this is God's son. He should be paying nothing, but guess what? He still gave back. And therefore, yes, you should do things for people. You can do a lot of works. You can go to a homeless shelter and volunteer. You can, cook some food up on the stove and see somebody on the street and give it to some food, or give some money to somebody, or give them $5 or $10. Doing something, wherever it might be. If you got it to give it. Give it. If you don't got it to give, don't give it.
You can give $1, 50 cents.
Or you can give the word for free.
That's right. Yeah.
One way I get back is giving the word for free. I ain't charging for this, right?
Or two, like somebody was telling me, if you ain't got it, you can go clean the church up for free. That's giving your time. If you ain't got it,
yeah,
giving your time.
There are plenty of things you can do.
Money.
There are plenty of things you can do. Okay, so so you can see see why I get back down here. Hold on. There are plenty of things you can do. Okay, that can get back. It does not have to be monetarily.
No, it don't.
You can get back. You're helping somebody out. Helping an old lady, move across the street. Help the lady go across the street with groceries. Helping somebody get in school or write an essay, teaching somebody how to fish. I mean, it's so many different ways to give back to people, man. There's no reason why you can't get back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea of you can't get back is bullcrap. You can always get back.
If you want to.
There's always something you can do to help somebody else. And that's what giving back is about.
And you're supposed to do that though, every day.
Yeah.
That's how you live off each other, you learn. You're supposed to learn something from somebody every day, supposedly. How you live and learn.
That's a fact, brother. That's a fact. And you know what? Even with prayer, when you go to places, you see people hooping and hollering around and jumping around and praying all like that. Listen, Jesus and them said, yo, they're gonna have their reward. But God respects you more. And we did some Bible studies. One of my old Bible studies, he talks about it. Because every one of you go to my Bible studies, and the thing you'll see topic of discussion. That's where all the different things we talk about, like this right here, we break it down. God said, if you want to pray, go to this is how to pray. Go to a room by yourself. Go somewhere in secret and ask him, because he already knows what you want.
Come on, man.
Or even ask him. You ain't gotta shout or repeat yourself 20 million times, and people be like, "Oh Lord, just give me one more, please." You ain't gotta do all that. Talk to him like a regular person, man.
Yeah.
Talk to him like a regular.
Good. Why you trying to make him out to be bad when he's good? Everything he do is good. Don't make him out to be bad when he's good. Everything. There's nothing bad about him. It's all good when it comes to him.
Mm-hmm. Everything, man. So, you know, my whole thing is because of that, people 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 will say, yeah, oh, you know, they will say that you're not they will say that you if you don't get back this way, then you ain't giving back. No, there's many ways to give back. You know, everybody don't have the means to give back, you know, the way of just give back money.
Yeah.
But you can give back many ways. You can help. Man, listen, I done did plenty of things, even for my family, friends, everything. You know what I'm saying? That does not require money.
Yeah.
And you know the crazy part about it is even the other day, one of my boys hit me up, was like, yo, see, man, remember that thing you did for me, man? I appreciate that, man. You know, I was like, what I do? Because I put it in my short memory bank.
Right.
I put it in my short side of my brain. I put that in my short memory brain. I don't put it in my long term memory.
Right.
I put it in the
You ain't
party.
looking for nothing.
I ain't looking for nothing back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, shit, I forgot what it was. She's like, you don't remember? I was like, man, listen, remind me, because right now my mind, like I like my money. I'm like, I got a lot on my, I can't remember that. He was like, man, you know, you did this, did that. And I was like, oh, okay, now I remember. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I remember that now. What about it? She was like, yeah, he's like, I'm surprised you didn't remember that. I was like, man, because guess what? When I do shit,
I don't do it for that.
I'm not doing it because I want some brownie points out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If I help you because I want to help you.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely want to help you. If you ask for help, I'm gonna help you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna gatekeep nothing. I mean, listen, I see people in the town, man. I don't run into a couple people like this, man. They gatekeep a lot. You know, they think they doing something. You know,
Because they don't know no better, bro. They don't know better.
I had somebody, man, the other day, and it's my boy, but at the same time, you know, I feel like this I don't know if I told you about this one, but this, you know, he manages people and everything, artists and things like that in town. I just say that much. But you know, he done made a good thing for himself, you know, as far as in the industry of music, right? And you know, we joke around a lot, you know, and say things to each other, whatever it might be. But I don't know if he was, you know, being funny or he was being serious. I can't really call it. But either way, I don't care. But it was like the funny thing about it, he was like, I think he put a stat up about something about travel. He said he was, you know, he traveled to, you know, 25 countries and da da da. You know, and you know, he was happy about it. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He was like, you know, he was online. He made a stat about it. So he was like, you know, he went to this country, that country, and da da da. And he was like, you know, America really ain't it. You know, I'm starting to realize that, you know what I'm saying, America, America ain't really popping like we think it is because other countries popping too.
And they love you more. You know what I'm saying?
And all I said jokingly with the emoji behind it, all I said was, you know, just joking with him because he's Aries too. I said, you just now learned that at 40. You know what I mean?
Why you say that?
I did, no, but I was joking. You know what I mean? And I put an emoji behind it. It was like I was joking. You know what I mean? I wasn't made no harm by it.
He got serious. You know? He took that serious.
He got serious. Yeah, he got serious. He said, what did he say? I screenshot it because it's motivation for me. It's motivation. I love it. He said to me, he said something like, well, I can travel. I'm just happy I can travel now because I'm rich.
Oh, you rich now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Baller. You know what I mean? I need a loan. Listen, I'm aware of God, but I got a sense of humor though too. You know what I mean?
Right,
keep it real.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what's up. But he like, yeah, I'm rich, and you know, basically, I guess that must have been a shot. I don't know. He tried to say I'm broke. I don't know. But hey, whatever. But he said, you know, basically that, you know, that he was rich and he could travel these countries, and he said, you know, somehow, basically, now I go quote exactly, but I think he said I could get I'm gonna get it on, look at the thing up, but I saved it. But
basically he's trying to look down on you.
No, that's what he said. He said something about I'm glad I ain't realize. I said I'm glad. He said I'm glad it took me 4 years to realize that I'm a whack ass rapper.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
I said, yo, you know, I laughed at it. I did laugh at that joint. I put that the ha ha ha. And I said,
Oh,
And I
yeah, that
said,
hit below the belt.
I said, you know what? Hey, that don't offend me. Because everybody going, of course, he got somebody, he made somebody do anything. Shout out to that person. We don't say no names because why would say names? We know who it is. And I said, listen, man. I said, hey, man. I said, it is what it is. I said, you know what? I'll tell you what, though. I got the hottest single you ain't never heard yet. I told him, I said, 4 a.m. in Benghazi is coming, and the wave ain't gonna stop this time. See, a lot of people don't know this. I could have been signed a long time ago to DMX label, Bloodline. But I was too young and I was inexperienced. I didn't know the game. I'm glad I didn't though, because I was like 17.
I was about to say, because you know what you need to take a lesson to? Master P, boy. Master P.
I was definitely young and ignorant, didn't know nothing about no business and nothing. I ain't know nothing about that. I ain't know about nothing. I was just running around, 17, acting up. This is before I even got money. I was out here thugging it. Okay. And
who wasn't though, bro? I said, who wasn't like that? From the hood. If you from the hood, that's what went on in the hood, bro.
We're trying to make it out, right?
Yeah, that's what went on in the hood, bro.
And the reason why I didn't sign to him because they want me to write for somebody else. And I'm like, why am I write for somebody else when I'm nah? Like, who write for these little ass boys?
Man, you should have.
If I knew now, I would have did it. I would have signed. I would have wrote for somebody because it was like T.I. and Bow Wow type of situation, and I didn't know that.
Wow.
And I say the artist name. The artist name was Devil Vision. There were two twin boys from New York City, and a guy like literally ran downstairs because I was up there with a couple people. I was up there with. It was up there like who was up there? It was Kid Cole up there, DJ Shay. The dude that ran down and came after us was the dude that from Bloodline. His name was Bird. That was his name. The one that came after, chased us downstairs, whatever. We left out because at that time they was working with Cream from downtown.
Oh yeah, I know Cream.
Yeah, they worked with him.
Cream.
He was downstairs before him and getting ready for the show with Shine at the Jefferson Best Stadium. Remember he had that joint Best Stadium before he got locked up.
Who?
Cream. You know what I mean? Cream got locked up. Remember, Well,
yeah, he was cool though. Cream was cool.
He had a house
cool
the downtown joint. Yeah, the downtown.
Yeah,
downtown was bubbling.
Cool
yeah, BT and all that. So I was around our back since back then.
You might know my cousin too. I ain't made a country short. My cousin DJ Glenn.
Oh yeah, of course.
He passed away though, but he had a joint on MTV. He won an award and everything for making beats with somebody. He was nice.
Man, a lot of
Oscar, OJ Oscar. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people from the town, man, sadly been making money from the music industry, doing things way before back in the day. And thing about it is, that's what I'm saying. So I could have been signed, been on, damn near one of the first, if I would have wrote for these boys and got my foot in the door. But me being young and 17 years old, I'm like, my boy D, I'm like, man, I ain't write for these little cats that's 10 years old. What do I want to write about them, man? And I said that they, but writing for somebody else when I got my own life story to tell at 17 years old, I have my own life story to tell already.
I would have did it, bro.
I didn't know though. I didn't know about the business. That was my fault. I didn't know. I was young and come on.
Do you know what doors would have opened for you just because
you know what? But guess what? I didn't know. But now here's the thing. I didn't write. I didn't. But my thing is this, right? Here's the overall point I'm trying to make here. When he said that, it didn't bother me because I know me and I know that what I could have did and what I should have did and I didn't do because I was too young. But see, again, these rappers out here getting on at 40 years old rapping, and not
they still rap at 40 years old.
They was rapping at 40 years old. So my point is, shit, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
So it ain't over me. It ain't over.
Yeah. Right.
And on top of that, I got God's co-sign, so that's really up.
Man.
Yeah, God told me to come back.
You know what?
It wasn't the streets. It was God. He said, "Hey, C's, I want you." See back in that.
But you know what? Too, see that gospel rap is selling, bro.
It ain't. See. I wouldn't call it gospel. I wouldn't even call it gospel rap. What I'm gonna do, because guess what? It's rap. Rap is a testimony in itself, right? But the difference is the difference between rappers that is lying about shit and rappers that actually went through it and been through it. I'm rapping that been through it. So when I'm rapping about it, it's not fake. It's real. And because it's real, it's gonna be like the Tupac DMX feel to it. So you're gonna think it's regular hip hop, but really it's still gospel. You
That's
know,
why pop song music was so hot, man, because he came from the heart.
right. And
He
long as it comes
came
from the heart,
strictly from the heart. Every song he made, it was from the heart, bro.
and that's
From the heart.
and that's what my music gonna sound like. It's gonna sound
And
what it's gonna
DMX.
sound. Yeah.
DMX too.
And I'm going in.
Yeah.
I'm going in. So I'm not worried about what other people are saying, because guess what? What God got for you, no man can stop.
Yeah, come on,
And
they can't take it.
you can't take what you ain't make. You see this podcast? You see this right here? You see this right here? You see the last, you see the green screen behind me? See that right here? You see it?
Let me go back there. Hold on. Let me get back in there. Hold on. Hold on the video.
There you go. Yeah. You see this green screen right here?
Yeah.
You see the microphone? You see the laptop? You see
your truck?
Yeah, I'm I'm everywhere. Wherever my background might be. See the 3 wise men on the thing? Okay.
I like that.
Listen, let me tell you something. You see how it's getting better and better? Look at the old videos and look at this one. We only about 9 episodes in.
How long you been doing that?
We were doing it for a couple months.
Hmm.
And look where we at now. Look at the headphones. These $200 headphones.
Where you get the mic at?
Oh man, I got the microphone somewhere off the internet.
Oh, I forgot.
But I order online. But like I do most stuff, and then I go home and grab it up, pick it up. But I got the ring lights, I got all that stuff now. And look at me. I'm doing a podcast with you. From anywhere I want to be at on a Saturday when I'm off for work. And guess what? I'm monetized. Facebook just sent me messages now saying they're gonna pay me for videos I've been doing and everything. So my point is, they already paying. But my thing is, it ain't about the money.
That's what's up. It's
about the message. And that's what's gonna make my music so much fire, because people can verify, and also not only can verify, I'm gonna have real testimonies of people that know me. They're gonna be on them things. People that went through things with me will be on the album. So it ain't gonna be no, and these cats, them cats don't want to see nothing about them. But I'm bringing them to God though, because they're my mans. Even though they was in street life, and they probably still is, I'm gonna get them to God.
Let it go. Once you do that, just let it go, and it's up to him, and it's up to that individual. You can't pray nobody saved.
Listen. My thing is, my testimony. If you hear my testimony and you don't feel that, and that's cool. I'm just gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But if people that know me for real, that been around, and they know, C's don't lie about that. C's ain't gonna be, so they gonna understand what's going on, and they have a choice to make. They can make whatever choice they want to make, but they can't say they didn't hear it. You know what I mean? And who better tell them than me?
Yeah.
That's my point.
I'm laughing with you, Steve. I ain't laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
No, I know. But who better tell them the C's? Who better tell them when they seen, like, pass me that shit. Oh man, come on, don't do that to that man. Come on, don't you mean don't do that to him? Nah, that nigga robbed me. Yeah. Nah. But see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how we get to this
point. It's easy to get yourself all messed up behind that, bro, and it's hard to get away. And then you think about it like, man, I should have handled it better than what I did. You know what I mean? Because it's easy, bro.
It's very easy, bro.
Going to jail, man, over some stupid shit.
And this is why, we had a podcast every week. It's also like my therapy as well, man. I get a chance to talk about this and talk about God, talk about real life things and real life situations, because we need to hear this stuff. You know what I mean? We need to see it.
You know what, Tussy? It would be amazing, and you got to try to get them advertising, these young boys, man, to tune in and listen. You know what I'm saying? To listen. Just tune in, when you come across, I'm gonna do it too. Just zoom in and zoom, man, and just listen. Because we gotta reach them, man. They lost. Not all. but some they lost, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at I was watching online, and dude had his gun. He was loading it, right? He
Yeah.
said, you know what? It's sad to say, bro. I'm loading this gun for black people, bro. I ain't loading it for the Latinos, the white people. This is for black people. He said, man, because I can't go nowhere without getting mean mugged, without people trying to kill me, bro. And they don't even know me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I got a face. He says, it's sad to say, I don't get that from Latinos. I don't get it from white people. I get it from my own people, bro. It's sad to say, man, my own people, bro. And I ain't even did nothing to you. It's you know, he was saying it's sad to say I got to walk around here like this and think in that mentality. But it's better that I get them before they get me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's sad, bro. Like we are our own worst enemy, bro.
Yeah, man. And I fear the most, man, because you know, being a warrior of God, you know, a lot of people think that, you know, because you with God now, that you soft.
Stop it.
Nah, man.
You can
You
get
know what I
this work.
mean? You can get this work. But the thing about it is I'm not trying to give
Definitely
you no
get
work.
this work. Come on, say that again.
I'm trying to, you know, love my brothers and sisters, but if
You push
somebody
me,
threatened
bro.
my life,
You push me, bro.
then I would defend myself and
What you mean?
terminate you with transgression.
You got it? Okay. What if I
You
right
know,
there? Yeah.
and that's just the truth of the matter. I don't want to do nothing to nobody no more. Them feelings has been
He
gone.
said no more.
No, because it was the time I did. You know,
Yeah.
it was the time I did. But you know what? I've grown. As you see my growth, because you've been around with me since
Yeah.
the beginning
Oh yeah.
of
Oh
things.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know where I was at with it, and then now where I'm at now, and you like, man, I know you probably see the difference, but you know, it's all due to
No.
God.
True.
You know,
Right.
it's all due to God, man, touching my heart and telling me to let that all go. And I let it go. Because, you know, a lot of people have said things, man, that, you know, my old self would have been like, all right, when I see you, you know,
It's gonna be on
yeah,
site.
on
You know
site.
how we stop. It's on site, bro. You know how we do. You think it's gonna be a joke. It's gonna be on site. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because they think you playing with you. Okay, I'm gonna show you how much I'm playing. Okay, I ain't gonna say not one word. So yeah.
as much as you know, we try to do to you know, help brothers and sisters, we also gotta be careful, we gotta be cautious. We can't be, you know, naive to the fact that there is people out here working for the devil that look just like us,
Come
and
on.
they will attempt to
But you know what,
you know,
too?
harm us.
It ain't gonna be able to touch you once you're doing God's work. That's not even gonna be able to. He ain't gonna he gonna put angels over you. That's not gonna touch
Yeah.
you at all. You
Well,
feel me?
I made this fire, so I know
Come
all the
on.
things I
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely protected.
And
He
you
definitely
know what
did.
you know who it was? Grandmama no prayers, bro.
And I made a song about it. It's called "Pray for Me," coming out too. It's gonna be another single. You know,
Mm.
"Pray for Me" is gonna be one of my singles I'm making. I got my boy. I'm gonna throw him on the track with me. You know, so son of Tony. You know what I mean? I'll put him on the track with
That's
me.
what's
So
up.
I got some people coming on tracks. Like my boy GK. We got some tracks coming. You know what I mean? And
Well, that's
you
what's
know,
up.
the whack rapper.
Like you said, that's only give you the a push. You feel me? You feel you a rapper.
Yeah,
Like,
because
you know.
the thing about me is, I said in my song a long time ago. He's like, I don't care if I make it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do that. I do this music for free because I love music. But same time, now I have purpose that's bigger than just the music, and I have a mission that's bigger than music. So from the biggest boss, okay, the one and only.
You know what? See, people going talk, man. People going hate. It's sad to say, especially us. Right? They gonna deal with this fake shit that's going on in the world to deal with something real, bro. They can't handle real shit. They can't handle it, bro. Kevin Samuels was right. You can't make this shit up.
Can't make it up.
You cannot make it up, bro. You can't. You
And
know?
that's what
They
makes
used to fake it.
Mhm. Oh, and yeah, that's all it is, man. You know, we gotta just stay, you know, stay diligent, man. Stay fast and stay praying and stay focused. And long as we stay focused, bro, ain't nothing we can't do. You know what I'm saying? With the faith of a mother seed, we can move a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine
Stay prayed up.
just imagine we got 3 mustard seeds. You know what I mean? I move this whole world, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me. So at the end of the day, man, with that being said, man, that concludes, man, the Bible study for this week, man. It's 11/15/25. Bible study with KingCzol podcast. We coming every Saturday. Rain, sleet, snow, don't matter. As long as the weather permits and we allowed to do it, we're gonna do it, man. This is one of the things that we get back. But between this, music coming, definitely going to studio record around Thanksgiving. So we're gonna see what the rapper gonna do then. When I shall sleep me. So I just got a beat I made like the other couple of days ago, man. The joint so fire. So Dr. Dre produced it, man. I'm gonna send it to you too, so you can hear it. You know what I mean? I got to copyright everything now. So I found a way to copyright everything. So I got everything lit now. It's legit. So yeah. We definitely about to
that's what's up.
It's up now. So
hey,
I just want to say that.
You know what else? We got to end everything. See, you know what else we got to do when you end every podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Prayer.
You want to take us out?
Prayer before you end every podcast, brother.
You want to take us out the first time?
I'm gonna let you handle this. So I do the next one. You want me to take it out?
Let me ask you this question. What do you want in life right now?
What's up?
What do you want in life? We're gonna pray for that.
Huh?
So what do you want in life right now? Like
name something
that
you say?
I said, what do you want in life right now?
You was breaking up. What you say?
You hear me? You hear me? You hear me now?
Well, yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
I said, yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I said, yeah, I can hear you. I said, what do you want to pray for the most right now? Who do you want to pray for? Anybody person particular or thing?
Well, I got a couple of friends, and my kid's mother's sister is, she's battling some issues with her stomach. Saying God bless her body. She just got out the hospital. My boy battling cancer. They sent him home to die, but we ain't claiming nothing. God is good in the name of Jesus.
Okay.
So I'm claiming myself to be more patient. God give me wisdom and knowledge. What I'm saying? I don't want to be rich, but I just want what you want. I just want wisdom and knowledge to know how to get it. And to be more patient in life, man. So, too, if anybody, got any ailments in their body too, that's listening to this podcast, I ask God to touch their bodies, the loved ones, the kids, our kids, especially our Black boys and girls. So, go before and bless, put your angels around them. If it's in your will, C's family, with his nephews, sisters, his family. And if it's your will, let your will be done. My family, my mother, she got some issues. I got the A here now, but God is good, man. And he's good and he's just so amazing. So, but none of this can happen as long as if it's in his will. It's got to be in your will, Father. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. And before I get out, I'm gonna say the one prayer that when you ask for things, Jesus says how to pray, and he says not only how to pray, but he says what to say at the end of the prayer. And this is this: Our Father, who art in heaven,
Who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us
our
trespasses and trespassers.
We forgive. Yes. As we forgive them.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil. For God is the kingdom, the power, and the glory.
The power.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Glory. Forever and ever. Amen. We got to say a prayer.
That's the prayer.
You start, we're going to say a prayer.
That's the prayer you ask for something that you just asked for?
Before you start.
Well, I mean, we could, we could.
Oh, yeah.
But usually the prayer at the end is probably better because, where the podcast sometimes is going, we get it out, and then we go into that prayer at the end. But yeah, that right there. When you want something, done, you want something, you ask God for something, that last part, what we just did there, The Our Father prayer is how you get the
Come on.
blessing, how you get it, because he
It's
listens.
how you
He
get
already
the
know what you want.
blessing. Yes.
But Jesus
You
told
already
us
know what you want.
specifically,
Come on, say that shit.
yeah, he already know what you want.
How to
And
pray.
Jesus and Yeshua,
You
he
know what you
said,
want. You know your needs.
he knows your needs already. Okay, before you even ask for them. But this is the prayer you should say at the end of your prayer. So at the end of you ask him everything, you
Come
give
on.
him the Our Father prayer. That's how you get things you
Right.
want from God. You ask him, you
Thanks.
do that prayer right there.
Thank
So that's
you.
why I asked you,
Confirmation.
what did you want
That's
first?
the confirmation.
Right, that's the confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
And he definitely is in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's in the Bible. It talks right there. What
It is.
prayer to use when you want things, you need things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Yes.
we just did that.
Yes.
So
And you know, it's crazy too. See, like you said, you don't never know who's listening, bro. That needs that prayer at the end and don't know how to pray.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's good. That's cool. You know, that's cool, man.
And this is why we had this
So
Bible study, right?
yeah.
This is why we had a Bible study, because we can learn things like this, because a lot of people don't know that. I didn't even know that
Come on.
I didn't know that was
A
the
lot of
prayer that
people
you
don't
gotta
know
use
that. Me
only. I didn't
either.
know that. But now I know. I'm ending my prayer
Yep.
all with that one.
And
When I
listen,
do it,
and it's crazy because I see it's crazy too because I ain't mean to cut you short. But you know what? I forgot. You right. You just I just learned that. He said after you finish praying, then you make it your confirmation. You say our Father's prayer
yeah,
for confirmation. See, I
yeah.
forgot about that. But you're right.
That's what I'm saying. It's in the book. I ain't make
Yeah.
this up. I can't make this
What
stuff
time
up.
next week, my brother?
You know, the same time,
Yeah.
man. A Saturday at
Yeah.
any time between 12
Yeah.
and 4. Sometimes if people come early, we start at 12. If they don't come early, sometimes they come at
Man.
2. And sometimes they come at 3. We gonna wherever we wait for them, wherever they're ready. Between that time, I'm gonna be ready for them. Because I'm off work anyway. So
Well, I'll be there. Yeah, so hit me up. I was get my truck ready for Monday when you called and traffic's on some errands and stuff. So
oh
just
no,
hit me
yeah.
up, man.
That's why we on
I'll
Zoom, man.
be
We
in.
can go anywhere we could be at. You know, ain't no specific place. We could be over here, we could be over there. You know what I mean? As long as we
Anywhere.
somewhere. So
That's right.
it's good seeing you,
Come on,
brother.
man. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna see you next week.
You too, and blessings to you.
Blessings to you too, brother, and your family and
See you
everybody
next
else,
week.
man.
Blessings. All right.
And we out of here.
Yes, sir. Yours too. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.